Well, alrighty then. We are live. Hello, I am live. Sorry to tell you this right off the top, but no Lisa today. It is just me. I am going to be here tonight with you to do all the complaining about the cold and make all of my friends that are up north very angry because they're going to say, "You're so spoiled down in the south." But boy, I got to tell you, I am not used to what is going on right now, and I don't like it one bit. Thank you, Curtis Crump, for the audio video check there. So listen, y'all. I'm about tired of this cold. I don't know about y'all. I realize that my friends like Curtis Crump and Joe Provenzano and several others, Whip's World, they live up north, and some of them farther north than others. And to you, this is child's play. We don't have a flake of snow on the ground. There is nothing like that at all yet. It's supposed to be coming. But yet I don't believe I have ever been this miserable. And let me tell you, my fish are miserable too. And it sucks. How do I even explain this? Joe Provenzano coming in right off the bat, donating 5 memberships. Thank you, Joe. You are too much. You spoil us, and I certainly don't deserve it. Lisa, maybe, but me, no. Okay, here's the thing. When I tell you my fish are suffering because of this, you're probably thinking, well, John, you're a guy that's been on YouTube for a decade and a half, and you've been educating people on how to keep aquarium fish. How in the world are you so irresponsible that you would have a setup that does not accommodate cold weather for fish? It's a very good question. That is a very legit question. But I think my response is equally as legit. This is not normal. This is not something that happens here. This is, of course, my heat system is defrosting. Now it's going to choose to do that while I'm in here. When you live in New Hampshire, when you live in New York, Illinois, Michigan, Montana, Minnesota, when you live in these states that are notorious for cold and snow and more cold and all the cold, you're prepared differently than somebody down here. And where you live, you're the kind of people, I don't mean to say it that way, but people from up that way are the kind of people that don't know how to function in their day-to-day life when it's 90 degrees outside. I agree, 90 degrees is hot. Boy, wouldn't we love some 90 degrees right now. But you're not prepared for that. And your homes are probably insulated perfectly fine for that, because they have to be so insulated for the cold weather. But you don't know what to do with yourself when you have what you would consider to be a heat wave, which would be 90 degrees. For us down here, 90 degrees is every day from the end of May until like probably the end of October. I mean, kids walk around doing Halloween here, which is that even really a thing anymore? But they're wearing shorts and t-shirts. I mean, 90 degrees down here is nothing. That's normal. Like we kind of expect that, and we're prepared for that. We're not prepared for this nonsense that's happening right now. Even though last year we got like 10 inches to a foot of snow, which was miserable for me. I hated every single one of those flakes that fell out of the sky. But it wasn't that cold. It was cold enough to snow, obviously, but it wasn't that cold. So this fish house was fine. It was warm and toasty in here. The barn has never been warm and toasty until I installed that mini split just a few months ago. The barn, the funny thing, the barn now is the warmest place on this property. Well, that is until about probably 3 hours ago. So my story for this week is you're going to understand why Lisa's not streaming with me tonight, because it's you'll be like, yeah, I wouldn't want to stream either. Where are we located? We're in North Carolina, Northeast North Carolina. So we're not used to this, what we would call extreme cold. And I haven't looked. It's 28 degrees here right now. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm embarrassed to say that. I live in a place that's not supposed to be 28 degrees. Okay? We're not supposed to have that here. The way winters are here, at least except for that time last year where it snowed, and now, it's like 40s during the day, which to me, 40s is like hoodie weather. I'm good to go. As long as there isn't any extreme wind, we're fine. 40s, that's beautiful. That's nice. I know people. In fact, there was a dude at my house today that if it's 40 degrees outside, he's walking around in a t-shirt. I mean, 40 degrees is nothing. And then at night, it would get down, high 30s, something like that. That's kind of a normal winter here. And that's only maybe usually for a month or so. The rest of the winter, it's going to be, probably 50 degrees, get down to maybe 40 at night. Now it's like 30 during the day, and it's in the 20s, if not teens, at night. I have dripped my faucets every night for like the last 3 weeks. Now you up in the north, you're like, well, yeah, that's what you do. That's normal. We all do that. That's like, duh. Not down here. We don't. I mean, like I said, it doesn't get that cold to really have to do that. Maybe a couple of weeks out of the year, we'll have to drip the faucets. I'm sure everybody knows what I mean, but what I'm talking about is have a drip coming out of your faucets so that your pipes don't freeze. Particularly here, that's a problem because I live in a sandy area. There's no basements. So everything's on a crawl space, and it's very cold in crawl spaces. So pipes freezing is a normal thing. But what I'm trying to get at here is this building that I'm sitting in right now, that I do not want to be in right now, is not as warm and cozy as it should be. It's not as warm and cozy as the heating system that's in here should make it, because this building is so old. It is so poorly insulated. There's cracks that wind comes through. The windows are old and have zero energy efficiency. Basically, all they do is keep bugs out, and they don't even do a great job of doing that. This building is not prepared for this kind of weather, which this weather down here, we crazy people in the South would consider this to be extreme. Extreme temperatures. Again, Joe Provenzano's laughing at me right now because he's like, what are you talking about, 28 degrees? I'd be out looking for an open swimming pool if it was 28 degrees. I get it. It is, it's different. But if anyone mentions being in weather above 70, I'm going to put them in timeout. Yeah. See, that's Lisa. That is the mood that she's in right now. So we have, this is just me being completely and totally transparent with you. We had one of our air conditioning and heating systems poop out on us a few months ago. It might even be more than a few months. I don't even know. It's been a while. And we've been saving up the money to replace that system because that's what needs to happen. It's a 30-year-old system. And the guy that I trust very much, he was like, yeah, dude, this thing's done. It's over. There's no coming back from this. We need to put a new system in. And I said, okay, well, let me prepare for that. I don't have that kind of money to just say, okay, do it. No problem. So, we've been preparing for that. And again, that would normally be, I don't mean financially, that would be not a problem. But what I mean is, as far as temperature goes, it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, we can put a couple space heaters in that area. It's fine. Well, when we're talking about this extreme cold, it's not fine. And it's been like 40 degrees in that area of our house, which would be like the kitchen, one of the living rooms that we never go into, like the formal living room, which is in the original house, which we never go into. Our cats live in that room, not us. So it doesn't really put us out all that much to have the heat or the AC down in that area. We have a unit that we put in the window. It's not one of those window units that sits in the window. It's one that sits in the room and then has a hose that goes out the window. And that kept that area nice and cool all summer. So it was like, we didn't care. So I guess it's been more than a few months if we had it up in the summer. But what I'm getting at is it's not okay right now. And then the heating system on the other side of our house went out yesterday. Lisa came in. Do I have a fireplace? No, we don't. The house has 2 fireplaces, but they're not functional. At least we've never put a fire in them. And we're not in those areas of the house. So no, we might as well say we don't have a fireplace. The way our house is not a big house, but it's been added on to multiple times. It was a really, really small house, 2 stories, basically 4 rooms when it was originally built. And then it's been added on to over the last almost 2 centuries. And every time they've put in a new HVAC system in that new area. So we have 3 systems, and 2 of them, as of this morning, were down. And the second one that went out yesterday is the one that is servicing our bedroom. And so Lisa and I did not have a good night last night because there was no heat in that room. Yes, we put a little space heater in there, and that kind of took the edge off, but it still sucked. I am somebody that I normally don't complain about the cold. I'll complain about snow all day long because I hate it. I hate every flake, every single one of them. But I don't complain about the cold because it's never extreme cold down here. Well, I shouldn't say never. It's not a normal thing. And so I guess what I'm trying to justify here is if we, first of all, oh my God, the money, it would cost all the money to make all of the buildings on our property, including our house, energy efficient, retaining heat, insulated very, very well, like a home in the north would be. Our house is the oldest, leakiest house you've ever seen in your life. This building is even worse. The barn is just as bad as this building, but it has that new mini split system, which still isn't working perfectly, but it's working really well. And like I said, it's been the warmest building on this property for a couple of weeks now. I go in there, that's our business. We go in there all day, and it's just nice and toasty. It's like, this is the nicest place to be on our entire property right now, even better than being in our house. So I'm pretty miserable, and my fish are miserable in this building because they're not prepared for this kind of cold. It's not like it's 20 degrees in this room. It's not. I mean, it's manageable. I would be okay in this room right now without this hoodie on. But it's not toasty in here. It's just fine. And, with the drafts, and that's the problem. It's the drafts coming in to the building that are causing the tanks, the temperature to go down in the tanks. Really no threat to the fish. It's not that extreme, but they're not happy. I mean, look at the fish behind me. They're just kind of like, dude, this sucks. They're not in pain. They're not going to die. Famous last words. I'm knocking on wood. But they're not happy. My African cichlid tank is right in front of a window. Last time you saw that, and whenever you see it in these live streams, there's a black curtain covering it up, so you don't even really notice that there's a window there. There's so many drafts coming in, like all the drafts are coming in there and cooling that tank down. It is a problem. And it is an extremely frustrating thing to do. And the problem here is not just with fish tanks. Lisa has 45 cats that she's taking care of with her cat rescue, and they've had to be moved because heating systems were down. It's been the worst week ever. The last 2 weeks. We had that cold spell in November, just before Thanksgiving. It got butt cold for like 3 days, and then it was back to normal. And I was back to wearing a t-shirt and shorts, and then it got cold again. And they're saying this weekend is going to be even worse. And I'm not happy about that. I will probably spend the entire weekend in my office. I was just going to say something inappropriate. Lisa would get it. It involved Wonder Woman. I was going to say something inappropriate, and but Lisa will get that joke. I'm gonna probably just sit in front of a space heater in my office, and I'm not going to feel bad about it, because you know what Lisa's going to be doing? She's going to be in her office sitting in front of a space heater doing the exact same thing, because we don't know how to handle this kind of weather. We are lost. We are angry. We are pissed. We are not happy people right now, just like my friends that live up north would not be happy if it was the middle of August and it was 90 degrees and they didn't know what to do with their life. But in reverse, cold sucks. I would love so much to tell you right now, you know, the responsible thing to do as a fish keeper is to be prepared for that. But I'm obviously not. I mean, I am. We've got space heaters all over the place that we're using in our house right now. Oh, and by the way, my heat and air conditioning guy did come out today. He did fix the one system, thankfully. The one that is probably exactly where Lisa is right now. The one that is in our bedroom. It controls our bedroom and our family room, which is right below the bedroom. So that's better. At least I know I'll be nice and warm when I go upstairs tonight to go to bed. But I'm in South Carolina, so not far from Virginia. Now, see, JL, I don't know who you were talking to there, but JL knows, because South Carolina is probably a little warmer, maybe a few degrees warmer than North Carolina, but this isn't normal for us. We don't know what to do here. We don't know about this. Like, what is this with this cold? We don't know. It's It's trifling is what it is. It's terrible. If you're cold, you ain't working hard enough. Well, listen, there brings another thing. Thank you for reminding me, Salient, of not working hard enough, because you're not wrong. I haven't had a choice. Listen, you know the weather is bad when even UPS isn't delivering. Customers of ours that have ordered in the last 2 weeks got an email the other day where I explained, hey, y'all, your orders are going to be delayed a little bit. And it's not because I'm cold and don't feel like packing them. It's because UPS literally came to my house, because they come here every day and they know we're a business and they know we ship living things. And they came to my house one of the mornings. I don't know what morning it was. And they said, hey, man, our trucks haven't moved in 3 days. Not the brown trucks that they drive around to deliver packages, but the actual semi trucks that they load all the packages onto to take to the hub to get distributed throughout the country. He said, it's been sitting there at our loading dock for 3 days. It hasn't moved because they go from here to Raleigh, and apparently Raleigh has been hit really hard with ice and with the cold. So even UPS wasn't running. So I haven't been able to work hard. The fish room, Salient, fish room's done, at least until I start building that last rack. But if you've been following along with the videos, you know I am at a point with the fish room where, like, okay, we're ready to get moving here on it. I feel like I have to explain myself because I understand not everybody watches every video and not everybody watches every live stream. So my fish room that I'm building consists of several racks. There is a particular section of racks that was going to be the last rack system that I built in the new fish room. I've had so many complications and so much frustration and possibly lost so many years off of my life from this project so far that I decided to take a couple of week breather before building that last rack. And it could be even longer than a couple of weeks. And this cold is certainly not helping that. So I don't have fish room work that I can do. I can't, and this is going to sound really funny, and it just adds to the story. And I promise you it's true. The water heater in this building went out. So I can't even do water changes in here. Well, John, just do water changes with cold water. Under normal circumstances, I would do that. Under normal circumstances, I intentionally do water changes with cold water. Not frigid water, but I don't turn the hot water on at the faucet. I just turn the cold on because under normal circumstances, the water comes out of the ground here at a reasonable temperature. And if I do like 180 gallon water change in this tank, I'm not going to just put cold water in there. I would put a little bit of warmer water in there, but it's not extreme. But I can't even do that right now because the water heater is blown up. Literally. I mean, it was leaking all over the place. And I haven't gone and gotten a new one yet because it's cold outside. I'm sorry. What do you want me to lie to you? You want me to make up something? Oh, this thing happened and I haven't been able to go buy a new water heater. No, I could have, but I haven't because it's cold outside and I don't want to. My fish are not suffering from, having not done water changes this week. They're okay. African cichlid tank, I don't know. That one's a little iffy, but this tank and the yellow lab tank and Lisa's tanks and stuff, they're fine. they're probably not thrilled about the situation, but I do believe the weather is supposed to get back to more normal next week, but it changes. It changes so much. I've been watching these stupid weatherman guys on YouTube. You ever notice? I'm going to be very disrespectful to other YouTubers right now, and I probably shouldn't do that, but I'm going to do it anyway because Lisa's not here to tell me to behave myself. There is so many copycat weather YouTube channels that it makes me nuts. It makes me insane. And they all have that weatherman voice. I can't stand the weatherman voice, just like I can't stand the news anchor voice that put on fake weatherman. I can't do an impression. It's not Brick, because Brick didn't sound like a weatherman. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but there's like 5 channels that I've clicked on over the last week to see what the freaking Armageddon is that's going to be happening here. And they all sound exactly the same, and it drives me crazy. Anyway, just yesterday, they were saying this weekend, we are in the bullseye of this storm, and we're going to there's a potential we could get 36 inches of snow. Let me tell you something. Where I live in rural Northeast North Carolina, if we got 36 inches of snow here, there would be the morgue would be so busy because, listen, we barely made it through the foot of snow we got last year. People lost their minds. Nobody knew what to do. It was so bad that last week, when they were saying that there was going to be this massive storm that was going to hit us, I know it hit other people, but they were saying it was going to hit us too. The stores were empty. Like everybody went and bought everything because everybody was hunkered down. And what I've told Lisa multiple times this week, I said, you know what? People went to the stores. They bought everything last week and nothing happened. Not a flake of snow. We got just the littlest taste of like ice. I understand a lot of people got hit real hard. I said, because of that, because everybody got so prepared last week and nothing happened, everybody's going to ignore this weekend coming up and we're going to get blasted. I hope that's not the case. I hope we don't get a single flake. Lisa said the forecast has changed to we probably only going to get 1 to 3 inches. I don't even want that. Take those 1 to 3 inches, take them up to Buffalo because they're used to it there. They have trucks. They have salt. They have all the stuff to take care of the snow. Nobody knows what to do here. We live on a backcountry road. It never even got touched with a plow. We had a foot of snow on the ground. Everybody drives 4-wheel drives. So we handle it. If it was 36, if we got 36 inches of snow here, I don't know what would happen. I don't know what would happen. It'd be the worst. But what are you going to do? Hopefully it does not get that bad. Hopefully things rebound next week and they go back more to normal. This building will be nice and cozy again. Everything will be good and I won't be so grumpy. But I'm prepared. My 3D printer's been working overdrive this week to get me plenty of stuff to work on when, if this weekend happens. So I'll be occupied. I'll be sitting in front of my little space heater and I'll put on last week. What day was it, Lisa? It was either Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. I watched the entire Christopher Nolan Batman series, but I didn't watch it. I was working on my models and I had it on in the background and I was working on a Batman. So it kind of fit. I was painting a Batman, and it was the song from the whole Christopher Nolan Batman series. You know that song if you've seen the series, just like you know the Lord of the Rings theme and the Harry Potter theme, and these themes that carry on in series. You know the song from the Batman series. It was stuck in my head, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it. I'm just gonna put it on, and the whole series I basically listened to as I was painting my Batman model. I got him done too, and he looks good. Do you have any backup power, John? Yes. We have multiple generators. We have multiple large battery packs, the ones that like you could plug a refrigerator into and have them run for a day. So we should be fine there. Keyword should be. If power went out, which it very well could, we would run a generator here, and we would run a generator in the house. Not in the house, but, for the house. And I got plenty of gas. I got plenty of gasoline. So we'd be okay. And we wouldn't enjoy it at all. But the barn would be tricky. But we don't have fish in there yet. So, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, we got to get the fish tanks up and running, because there's no fish in those yet. So yeah, we would run one here and one in the house. Not a Batman. Well, not that Batman theme. Although that's a great Batman theme. I'm talking about the Nolan theme. And it's not even really a theme. It's more just like a sound. Anyway. If you've seen the series, you know. Install a heated yard. Oh, I would love a heated yard. If I could have a heated yard, I would have one. And it probably would cost $3.6 million. I mean, there's a lot of people that have heated driveways, but not people that live down here, because you wouldn't need it down here. I mean, I say that as we are going through what we're going through right now, but nobody's going to invest in a heated driveway down here. But a heated yard, whew, that'd be wonderful. Joe Provenzano with the $2 super chat. How'd the grandson like his Spider-Man? He loved it, and he broke it within like 30 seconds. But it was kind of expected. It wasn't a big deal. The Spider-Man, he was doing the thwip, and he had a little web coming out, and that little web broke. I kind of expected it because it was super thin and super fragile. It didn't break off, but now he's shooting a crooked web. But it is what it is. I didn't expect that web to survive very long, and it didn't. Lisa will tell you, it was within 30 seconds. It was broke. Because a 7-year-old doesn't have the understanding of, oh, this is a delicate thing. He was like, oh my God, let me take it. I'm going to, and he, started making a place for it. But he was excited. He loved it. Thank you for asking about that, Joe. And I loved mine too. I have mine in my office. Same exact one. And my web is broken too, because Lisa broke it. She did. She was trying to put that Spider-Man in a bag to take to my grandson. And I said, don't do that. The web is going to, the web. And there it went. It broke. So I had to take the web off of mine, put it on his, and then he broke that 20 seconds after I just probably shouldn't have even put the little web on there, but it's fine. If it completely breaks off and is lost, Spider-Man will just be like that with no web coming out. It's fine. At least it was Lisa. Yeah. Uh, Trust me, I've broken my model stuff, and I've dropped things and broken them too. The little curly Q on Superman's head. Yeah, just broke that off the other night. Had to glue that back on. It's a pain. But these are some real first world problems, I tell you. Do you need a dome like they put over Springfield in the Simpsons movie? I would love that. I can't complain. I can't say right now, I just want to move somewhere where there's no cold, because it's cold everywhere right now. Florida's getting hit. Texas is getting hit. I mean, it's cold everywhere. So there's nowhere to get away from it. I'm in upstate New York, -3 this morning. I've been going crazy checking my temps the last week or two. That sucks. It's the worst. Y'all have seen the videos too. I've seen them where it's, these clickbait thumbnails where it's somebody that's in like Siberia, and they're not even really clickbait videos, because it is real life for these people that live in like Siberia and stuff like that. And they make videos about what it's like living in those places. And I watch that and I'm just in agony. I'm like, I don't know how those people are alive. It blows my mind. I mean, this is why people don't live in Antarctica. Plus, because the aliens are there, and the government doesn't want anybody to live there. But I'm making a joke. I'm not one of those people. But I don't know how people. I don't even know how people live in Connecticut or New York or Pennsylvania, or anywhere where it gets. Pennsylvania is not extreme, but where it gets super cold, I don't know how you people do it. I'm not interested in it. No, you keep it up there. Stop sending it down here. I'm tired of it. It's 12 degrees in Wisconsin, and it's kind of nice compared to last week. See, the fact that you can say that is insane. It's insane. Okay. Let me do something here. All right. So, what's everybody talking about here? Is everybody doing like I do, or I'm doing, just complaining about the cold? If you are, I don't blame you, because it's the worst. Come join me up in Massachusetts. We'll teach you how to handle the cold. We just wear our shorts and drink Dunkin' iced. You'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how y'all do it. I sincerely don't know how you do it. It's just the worst. And I'm just barely surviving, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like it's the apocalypse. And I've said this multiple times. I will never, ever complain about the heat again. My air conditioning and heating guy, when he was out here today, and he's from here, he's got that extreme North Carolina accent. And I was, like you do, I brought up the weather, and he was like, boy, let me tell you, about 3 months from now, we'll be complaining about the heat. I was like, I'm never going to do that again, because the cold hurts. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain what I mean by that. The heat just makes you miserable and angry and irritable. The cold hurts. And so y'all can keep the cold. I don't want it. Not interested in it. Joe Provenzano said, I haven't sent enough super chats tonight, so I'm going to send another one for $5. Would you rather -2 degrees and no snow, or 30 degrees with a foot of snow? if all three of my heating systems in the house are working properly, I would rather the -2. As long as it's just for one day. Cody's Fin Fam, been -10 in Michigan. Furnace acting up and my Hygger heater never once budged from 79.5. Made me a firm believer in the product. Well, there you go. I mean, that's why we have aquarium heaters, right? And all of my tanks in here do, which is why, again, I'm not completely freaking out. But if you have drafts coming in, like we do, that it really puts those heaters to work. But yeah, heater makes a good Hygger. Hygger makes a good product. I've never said anything different. Not that you're making that argument, Cody. I'm just saying I agree. They make a good product. I work in an auto dealer with 400 cars and we have to clear the feet of snow off of them. The snow banks are 20 feet high. We'll have to send you a picture. Now see, Michael McShane, that's insanity. And it makes me wonder, whenever I've had to deal with snow, I don't like it, but you always, you push the snow off of the car. When it's my truck, I just push it all into the bed of the truck, puts more weight back there. It makes things a little better. But when you push it off the car, now you have a big mountain of snow around the car that you have to step in to get in the car. And then you try to open the door and it hits the snow. So you got to shovel all of that down into the snowbanks. Oh, screw all of that. See, that's why you should move somewhere like I was supposed to have moved to that never gets snow. Then you don't have to deal with that. If I lived in Hawaii, I wouldn't own fish tanks anymore. I'm going snorkeling with the fish, turtles, and dolphins every day whenever I want. Yeah, that would be, and you'd be warm every day of the year. Not like here. I have Hygger lights, like 10 of them, all going strong over a year now. They're great for the money. Could not agree more. I thought I saw something. Cold definitely hurts. I have eczema, so I believe I get breakouts in the cold weather. Oh, yeah, see, that sucks. Y'all want to hear something super crazy, stupid, personal? It's been this way my entire life. The cold makes me have to pee. Can't explain it. Don't understand it. But it happens. And it's just another thing to make me hate the cold. I hate it so much. It was 56 at night, 85 during the day here today. Now, Shamu, now you can just screw off. You can take those 85 degrees and shove them all right up there. Now that is, I'm so jealous of that. Let Jason know that you can push snow into the back of a Subaru. Ha! He could never do that. Was it in the last episode of the Tank Talk podcast where I think I crossed the line with Jason with the Subaru comment. And the interesting thing is, as far as the online world and all of that goes, Jason Adams is my best friend when it comes to YouTube. I love that man. I would do anything for him. I always break his balls about that Subaru because he bought that to serve his fish business. Makes more sense when the weather is super cold like it is in Illinois. He can put them all in the back. and it's not an issue when he goes to all of the swaps and all of that. He buys that car and then within a year decides to stop with that business. So now he's stuck driving a Subaru that I break his balls for every time I see him or talk to him. And he should have just kept his Tundra. Then it wouldn't be a problem. He should have kept his V8 manly Tundra that he could barely fit in his driveway because it was so big. And he wouldn't have that problem anymore. He wouldn't have me making fun of him anymore. How was Hawaii doing like humidity? And man, I have to increase the size of this. I can't see. I'm getting so blind and it's really bothering me. And I don't have it switched to live chat. I don't know if that makes I don't even really understand what that means, but my daughter lives in North Carolina and she's from Illinois, thankfully, so she knows how to survive. I pray for you all because the cold and snow sucks when the power goes out. Those are in those situations prayer. Sorry, my vision is terrible. It's so true. Nobody, including me, knows what to do here. Lisa, to shout her out here. She's been on top of things. I mean, she has been getting ready. She's been prepping like doomsday. It's impressive. She showed me all the snacks that she bought for the weekend. I didn't know she was going to do that, but wow, there's some good ones in there too, like Reese cups and Lay's potato chips and Oreos. She got all the treats for this weekend. Yeah. All right. Who's bringing up the tree limb again? This is unbelievable. This is blasphemy. It is outrageous and I will not stand for it. Who's bringing up the tree limb? Stephen Alexander. Damn you. I haven't got the tree limb off the roof yet. Okay. And I don't even have any excuse for it. I don't. It's way up there and it's a really steep roof. It's only been like 6 months. Geez, what's the big deal? You know, no, I'm not going to make a joke about that. That's terrible. But I thought you were going to bring up the snow shovels I put outside each door. Yeah, she did that too. Because, you know, we got a shovel to not go anywhere. I didn't really understand that one. But we just want some snow. I'll take any at this point. Well, Mike, just keep it. Wherever you are, you keep it. You can have it. Whatever's supposed to come here, you can have it. It'd be my pleasure. No problem. We have a Subaru. Wife wanted it. I'm looking for a bumper sticker. Yes, it's a Subaru. Yes, I'm a lesbian. Whoa! I probably wouldn't have read that if I... That is, I mean, it's a stereotype. You can't really argue with that. It's Subarus and it's Jeeps. We all know that, right? I'll be out there shoveling. I have to go feed the kitties at the gas station. You will do no such thing. I will be taking you in the truck. You are not taking that little car. You're not doing it. Excuse to put a big snowblower on a zero turn. Yeah, my son asked me today because he's going, and this is pretty cool. Him and I argue all the time about who's the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. And I believe he takes the side of LeBron James just to be argumentative. I don't think he really believes that LeBron is the GOAT. And if he does believe it, it's because He's 30 and he just doesn't know. But he's actually, and I'm sure he's there right now. He took his two sons tonight to a Wizards game, and they're playing whoever LeBron James plays for now. So he's getting the opportunity to see LeBron in person. And I said, you know what? That is super, super cool. One of the regrets that I have in my life is being a huge basketball fan back in the 90s, you know, when basketball was good to watch. And I never went and saw Michael Jordan or Larry Bird or Magic Johnson or Hakeem or Barkley or David Robinson. And David Robinson grew up down the street from me. I never knew him, never saw him, never met him, you know. But he did grow up right down the street from me in Dale City, Virginia. Whatever. I didn't go see any of those guys. And it really bothers me because Michael Jordan played for the team that is my home team. And I never went and saw them. And it's a huge regret. I told him he's doing a good thing. That's a smart thing to do. Because his boys, who are 7 and 4, will probably not really remember that, but they'll be able to say, yeah, I saw LeBron play. It's no big deal. It was fine. It was good. I have gone to a lot of Wizards games, but never when they played MJ. Because, anyway, there is no reason. There is no because. I was young and didn't go. I think the Jazz teams that played the Bulls from 95 to 98 could probably beat any team in the NBA right now. They were no joke, and the game was a lot more physical back then. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get into the whole debate because people will rebel, but there isn't a player right now that could play back then. They're all soft now. They're all running around with their hands up to the ref. They're all just pulling back and shooting threes. Basketball is a very boring game to watch now. My son had it on. We went up there 2 weeks ago for my grandson's birthday. And my son has this awesome basement where he's got 2 big screen TVs, and he had the football game on one and some basketball game on the other TV. And I was rooting for the Bills, Joe. Don't worry. Only because you bought me that Josh Allen bobblehead. I was watching this basketball game and I was like, this is the most boring thing ever. All they do is shoot threes and miss. And then they go down to the other end of the court and they shoot a three and they miss. And then it's so boring. Steph Curry ruined the game. Sorry. He's a great player, but he ruined the game because now everybody wants to be him and everybody wants to shoot threes, and it's boring. I saw Jordan and Pippen absolutely crucify my team. I met Shaq twice outside of the game, and both times he was so nice. Now my sister works with him on occasion, and he's the most giving man. I've talked to so many people that have had contact with him. Micah Miller, the guy that built my pond, also helped build Shaquille O'Neal's pond, and he said the same thing. It's super, super nice guy. Greg Whitstock had really good things to say about him. Ed Bullion had Ed Ballou. Ed Bullion's the guy from VinWiki. Ed Ballou, like everybody that I've ever talked to that has had interactions with Shaquille O'Neal, they say he's the best. That is somebody I would love to meet someday. So soft in today's NBA. Yeah, it's boring. All sports is boring now. I'm sorry. Watching professional darts is more exciting than watching football now. I'm sorry. Football, basketball, all of them. They're too fragile. The games are too officiated. It's too much. I can't do it. Bills record for fans admitting they are not fans. Yeah, I don't understand what that means. Maybe the NBA should raise the hoop 6 inches after each quarter. That would be interesting. It wouldn't change anything because those dudes are superhumans. And what I'd love to see is a contest who could dunk the highest. I don't know if that's ever been done before, but I bet you there's some, I bet you there's some 14 footers out there. You look at those dudes in the dunk contests and you look back to the MJ days where the dude had to tilt his head to keep his head from hitting the rim. I mean, that's insane. And so, yeah, you put it up there at 14 feet, somebody will hit it. Hockey's just barely worth watching these days, too. I miss hockey so much. I don't have the ability to watch Caps games. I am a humongous hockey fan. The thing I'll say about hockey that I love about it so much is that it is constant. I mean, it barely stops, you know, and I love that about it. But basketball and football, it's just to start and stop, start, stop, start, stop, whistle this, whistle that. It's too much. Football, the team's down by 30 and the guy makes a tackle on 3rd and 10 and celebrates like he just won the Super Bowl. And it's like, come on. We need to go back to the real days of football. I'm sorry. The days of Barry Sanders running a 95-yard touchdown run, and then just walking up and gently handing the ball to the ref and running back to the sideline like it's no big deal. That's John Riggins was that way too. That's what I love about. That's when I loved football. Now it's just, ugh. Need space for commercials in sports. Yeah, it's always been that way, but it was tolerable when the sports were good. But now that the sports are so bad, I mean, baseball's still good. There's really hard to screw that up. I love watching baseball. I love just having a ball game on. That's awesome. But football, nah. I haven't watched except for when I was at my kid's house. And that was kind of fun sitting around with the boys when we were watching the Bills game, and it didn't turn out the way I'd hoped, but it was a fun watch since I had no vested interest in it. Until then, I hadn't watched a game since week 3 because I was just like, this is dumb. Just can't do it. Do you find MMA boring as well? No, but I also kind of appreciate the strategy. Not that I'm an expert, but I'll tell you this, boxing is boring now. I just think about, as far as MMA goes, those guys are real life barbarians. Not barbarians, gladiators. And I don't know how they do what they do. And the strategy behind it, I appreciate. I do not like strategic boxers like Floyd Mayweather. That's super boring to watch. I liked when boxing was good, and it was Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, and where they just savagely beat each other. That's when boxing was good. You doing a member stream tonight? No, sorry. We won't be doing that tonight. We need the world to go a little bit back to normal so that we can get ourselves back onto a more normal situation, and then we'll get back in the swing of things of doing those. Why is he calling me now? Oh, hold on. I have to answer this because it's a video call. Hey, are you at? Oh, he's calling me from the game. I'm on my live stream right now. What's up, dude? They're wearing Lakers stuff because I guess that's who LeBron. Did you see LeBron yet? What's up, dude? Nice. Oh, okay. Call ended. Signal's not very good. I had to pick that up. He's calling me from the game. You know, got to pick it up. He probably didn't realize that I was live right now. Down goes Frazier. John's not looking so good. Am I not? That's not very nice. I'm cold. I'm not in a good mood. But I'm not sick or anything. That's mean. That's just not nice to say. The Tyson fight made everyone question boxing. I know that was scripted, but were they all that way? Oh, I don't know about that. I didn't like that fight, the one you're talking about. But I don't think back in the day it was. I think he was just that good. You look fine, maybe a bit tired, but not bad. Oh, I'm all the tired. This is not a normal world that I'm living in right now, and I don't like it. And I was being silly and dramatic when I said not looking so good. I don't care if you say I don't look good. Whatever. I'm fine. I'm just not happy because I don't like the cold. You look great. Thank you. I could put a hat on. I've got my beanie here. This is my Aquascape beanie. I wear this when I walk my dog. That does feel a little bit better. Greg Whitstock was giving these away at one of the Aquashellas. And, of course, I got one. What does John even look like? I'm not used to looking at him. I always look at Lisa. I don't blame you one bit. Who the heck wants to look at me? You look marvelous. Thank you. Oh, he just texted me and said he couldn't hear me anyway. So that's really cool. That's a special deal to be at a LeBron James game with the kids. What? He's never going to forget that for as long as he lives. No hats for me, makes me sweat. This is not normal for me to be wearing this right now. I wear it when I go outside to walk the dog. And that's it. I take it off as soon as I get in the house. I have a big thing. That sounded funny. It wasn't supposed to sound like that. It's not really a coat, but it's like a thick flannel thing. And then gloves and this. And then I put my hood up. And then I film shorts while I'm out on the street because it sounds like the American Werewolf in London is behind me. I was fully expecting that video to go viral on the internet. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm pretty unhappy that it didn't. I just can't believe people didn't get it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a short on the KG Tropicals channel a few weeks ago. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I was walking my dog, and there is a dog that lives on my street that barks when we go by, and it sounds just like the werewolf howl on American Werewolf in London. It sounds exactly like that. And I usually don't take my phone because why would I? If there's an emergency, I have my watch, whatever. So I had my phone on me that day and I just filmed it and you could hear it in the background. And it was funny. I kind of did the opening scene when they're walking through the moors and that whole thing happens with David and Jack and nobody got it. Nobody, people were putting in the comments like, where are you? Like, why are you in London? Like, what? Come on, don't you get it? Didn't you see the best horror movie ever made? Come on. One of my goals in life, and I might learn how to use CAD software just to be able to do this. Why does everybody want me to put the hat back on? That's just weird. I want to learn how to use CAD software so that I can design an American Werewolf in London 3D model to print and paint. That is Rick Baker at his finest. And even though they barely showed the werewolf, I want to do that. Don't you love when bald people wear hats like this? Isn't it hilarious? I just shaved tonight, so it's hard to get this on because, my head is wanting to make it stick. Now, see, you're just being mean, Dennis. It's just cruel and mean to me. Ever think of a pellet stove, efficient, clean, and can throw a lot of heat? See, no. And I'm going to tell you why. Maybe I should. Maybe I should get one of those because it would be just like buying my generators. When I bought my generators, the power has not gone out for more than 10 minutes ever since I bought those generators. I'm knocking on wood because I don't want it to go out this weekend. It has gone out, but then it's been back on within 30 minutes. And if I went and bought a pellet stove, or if I spent $100,000 to make my house, my barn, and this building all sealed up real good and, very energy efficient and all of this, it would never go below freezing again. So maybe I should do that so that it never goes below freezing again, because that's how it works. My neighbors put in generators. There's 6 new ones on my street, so I'm hoping we're okay. Yeah. I mean, what could be worse than I hate it. I hate it so much. Den of Zen, Dennis, thank you so much. Donating 5 channel memberships. Appreciate that very much, my friend. People spoil us, and I do not understand why. You just shaved, and it's sticking. I call it Velcro head. Us bald people know. Thank you. Yeah, it's true. When you wear a new hoodie, and you put the hood up, and then you take it off, and you got all the fuzzies in your hair. Lisa makes fun of me for that all the time. This one has that material on the inside that's not fuzzy. So I never had that problem with this hoodie. I got this hoodie for free from Uline. But, yeah, that Velcro head is a real thing. It is a problem. Nick Calamito with the gifted membership. Thank you, sir. I've always loved that avatar. That is always fun to see. And Jeremy Hurt was the recipient of that. Thank you. We've got 21 minutes, folks. And then I'm going to go back to staring at Linda Carter. Not in an inappropriate way. I'm painting her right now. Would you do a Harry Potter themed fish tank now that you can print it all? That's a really good question. But here's the thing. I could have done it a long time ago because, shame on me, I do not recall the name because I'm a terrible person. I'm be the first to admit that. One of our subscribers who I appreciate very much, I just don't remember her name, printed all of those things for me on her 3D printer and sent it to me. I showed it on a live stream. She sent me a mandrake, a sorting hat, a mirror of Erisset, a golden snitch, and a whomping willow that she printed all of those on her printer and sent it to me. And Severus Snape wand, which is awesome. I have them all on my shelf in my office. Very appreciative of those. So I could have done it with them, but I just didn't, because then it's like, well, this was a gift, and then I'm going to put it in a fish tank. That, I don't know, that would be wild. But I can't say it. I'm getting ready to print something Harry Potter themed. Actually, two things. One I can say, one I cannot. One is a 1/6 scale Voldemort, which I'm really excited about. And it's really cool. It's going to be really cool. And then the other one, I'm printing out 3 of them. One for me, one for my daughter, and one for Mark from Aquariums Unlimited. And it's very possible that Mark is in here right now. And so I can't say what that thing is going to be. So you'll just never know. But I can tell you this. My hope is that Mark will leave it like in his shop. Mark is a tremendous Harry Potter fan. All of his animals are named after Harry Potter characters. The squirrels are named after the Weasleys. The sloth is Bellatrix. He's got a dog named Dobby. So he's a Potterhead just like me. So my hope is that he'll have it there in the shop. And so you'll be able to go to Aquariums Unlimited and see my masterpiece that I bring to him in a little bit. I don't know when I'm going to bring it. The hat brings color to your face because your head is brighter without Oh, okay. That kind of makes sense. Makes me look less ghosty, perhaps. Every family type channel I turn to today is talking about the weather. We all have it. We all get it. Yeah. Well, I've been talking about it too. So sorry about that. Climate heaters, John, just saying. Climate heaters? What's that mean? I don't know what that means. Aren't all heaters climate heaters? Kinda? Sorta? Can't do hoodie. Head movement feels restrictive. Yeah, especially if you're a bald man and you just shaved, because then it does stick to your head, and when you move it, yeah, it's like wearing a brace. Oh, here's a fish question. Wow, who'd have thought? I'm about to set up please don't be, what should I put in it? About to set up a 75-gallon aquarium for African cichlids, the yellow labs. I've got my egg crate rocks. Nice. Okay, good. I'm so glad it wasn't, what kind of African cichlids can I put in it? No, that's awesome. Yellow lab tanks are the best. Can't hear again. I don't know what. Does everybody hear me? I've been thinking about doing 3D printing other than the cost of entry. What is the limitations? What's the learning curve? It's very easy to learn. I am somebody that is computer savvy, so I picked up on it really, really fast. I'm also like video editing savvy and stuff like that because, you know, that's what I do for a living. It was nothing to pick up the slicer software and all that kind of stuff. But I don't do 3D modeling. And what I mean by that is like sculpting on the computer software, like with Blender and all that kind of stuff. I don't do all of that. I buy the files or I get the files for free from somebody else that's designed it, and then I print them out. Like the Voldemort, I just said that I'm going to be doing. I didn't design that. There's a particular website that I go to that, they have the files there, and some of them cost money, some of them don't. It just so happened that one of my favorite artists has a Voldemort that is free. And I was like, heck yeah. So I got it. It's going to take 7.5 days to print because he has a big base. That's going to be frustrating, but the learning curve is not hard at all. It really is simple. But if you were going to, like if you said, I want to design a rock formation and I want to cut it up into pieces so that I can print it out and then glue it up and then put it in my aquarium. And that's what fish keepers do. It's a great idea. That's the part I don't know how to do. And I don't know that I care to learn how to do that. Unless I have to do it in order to do the American Werewolf in London, because I really want to print that. If anybody knows of a 3D model of the American Werewolf in London, let me know. I'd also love one of Jack in zombie form. That would be awesome. Like in the movie theater scene, Jack that way, that would be really cool. I don't want to learn how to design them. That's the problem. But picking up the software and learning how to do it and all that is very, very easy. And it's become an obsession for me. So thanks a lot, Lisa. Lisa sees a lot less of me now because of the hobby that she created for me, because she bought me that printer for Christmas. It's her fault. Every time I tell her, I'm like, I got to go to Hobby Lobby because I ran out of blood red paint and I need to paint Wonder Woman's boots and shirt thing. I got to go to Hobby Lobby and it's your fault. That's what I always say. What's your favorite Medeca? I don't know what that is. So none of them. I had a bunny and I named her Hermione when I was a teen. That's adorable. John, is your dartboard hang on the wall or stand alone? Oh, you don't do none of those standalone things because they wobble back and forth. No, you put it on the wall, Joe. You put it on the wall. That is, you got to do it like that. You guys getting any lights soon? Yes, Lisa is on top of that, and it's all her fault. Again, her fault. No, there is a reason why we don't have them right now, and it's not due to anybody not doing their job or anything like that. I just don't remember what that reason is. Speaking of the yellow labs, I've been thinking about getting rid of my breeders. I only have 3 of them in a 75 with 2 haps and putting in all of my yellow labs fry. I have 60 to 80. Wow. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm entertaining getting rid of the rest of the African cichlids that I have. Not the yellow labs. They're here to stay. They are... I gotta go R-rated here, folks. The African cichlids that I have in my 240 right now, the peacocks and haps, are bastards. Every single one of them. And they are all going on an absolute rampage right now. And I feel like if I don't get rid of them, we're just not going to have any fish in there soon. They're all going to kill each other. I hate it. That is my least favorite thing about African cichlids. I love African cichlids, but I hate that about them. So, but I sure do love my yellow labs. Never a problem in that tank with aggression or anything like that. Yeah, because of the volume of fish in there, we lose one every now and then, and it sucks. But for every one that we lose, like 7 more pop up in their place. So I hate to say it, but it kind of makes it all right. You have to have the right filament. That's so true. I am struggling with a filament right now. And I hate it. I've used, in the short time that I've been 3D printing, I've used 4 different types of filament. And this one is my least favorite. It is the Sunlu brand, which I heard really good things about. The only thing I dislike about it is it's impossible to remove supports. I've broken so many little parts trying to pull supports off of them. It drives me crazy. But if you can get it to print good, it's really strong and really dense, and I like that about it. But I hate removing supports. It's the worst. My favorite so far is Bamboo Labs. That's my favorite filament so far. I don't print with fancy filaments. I just use PLA, standard gray, and I paint everything. So it doesn't need to be a really nice one or fancy colors or anything like that. So I just buy gray, and I bought 4 rolls of this Sunlu, and I've gone through 1 roll of it, and I dislike it very much because of the support part. My favorite blender video. I'm not clicking on that, Curtis, because from you, who knows what it is. I'm really excited on the list of what fish you're going to be selling once we move back to the States. I'm so ordering from you, Blush. Can you give a snippet of your possible list? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the fish you expect to see. But there's going to be a nice mixture of a lot of things. And I got to tell you, I spent all day, well, all of my working day the other day, I think it was Wednesday, obsessing over what fish to bring in, because we're putting together that first order. And then Lisa made me so mad. She came in, she's like, I don't want to get those. I want to get these, and I want to get those. And I'm like, why do I do this then? But no, I mean, I don't mean to say it like she said it, like she was being nasty. It was just, this is 50% her business too. So if I say we should get this fish and she says no, well, guess what? We're going to have an argument, and she's probably going to win. But coming up with that list, and then her and I agreeing that that's the list of fish to get is, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but, expect to find some fish that you can easily get and some fish that are not so easy to get. I think it would be a tremendous mistake to only carry like rare and hard to find fish. Because if they're rare and hard to find, there's a reason why they're rare or hard to find. The reason why you see the same fish at every fish store is because they sell. They bring in 10 different types of fish, and if they bring in a tank full of fish and nobody buys them, it takes 6 months to clear out that tank. They're probably never going to buy that fish again, because why am I going to occupy a tank for 6 months that I could have sold 8,000 chili rasboras out of, So, but it's tough. I mean, I don't want to carry, we're not going to be carrying assorted African cichlids and, assorted guppies and things that you can find at PetSmart and stuff like that. We're not going to be doing that. No disrespect to anybody that sells that, but we're not going to be specializing in super rare, hard to find fish either, because I don't I don't want to have to sell fish. I want fish to sell themselves. Which printer did you go with? Lisa bought me a FlashForge Adventure 5M. It's an FDM printer, and it's great. It does a fantastic job. It has the limitations of an FDM printer, but as far as FDM printers go, it's the only one I've ever used, but it's been really good for me. I mean, I've done some amazing things with it, and I can't complain about the printer at all. I do have fantasies of getting a resin printer someday. But who knows when that'll be. I got a birthday coming up in June. Maybe it'll be then. But a month ago, you would have never heard the words, yeah, I aspire to get a resin printer someday. You would have never heard me say that because I wouldn't have even known what a resin printer was. But now I know. And now I want one because they print out details better than FDMs do. And I'll use the FDM to print out all the bases, and I'll use the resin for the figures, someday. But the Adventure 5M it's a great machine. It's done really, really well for me. I have not had any failures that are to blame, that the printer is to blame. Anytime I've had failures, it's been because I didn't orient things right or whatever. Ran out of filament in one print. And that's not the printer's fault. What's a resin printer? You want to see something that'll blow your mind. Just Google or YouTube what a resin printer is. And when you see it for the first time, you're going to go, what? Because when you think of 3D printing, you think of the extruder head going around and laying down layers of plastic to make the 3D model. The resin printer does that upside down. And so instead of the bed lowering and the printer head's making, the bed is raising and it's printing it upside down. It's wild. Whoever invented that is an absolute genius. I have no idea who it was, but someday I will have a resin printer. I don't know when that's going to be. Can you do custom orders like a local fish store, but online? Yes, but also maybe not. Here's why. If you come to me and you say, I want this obscure, wild, crazy fish that nobody's ever heard of and nobody's ever asked for, and I've never even heard of, yes, I can get it. But the question becomes, does it make good business sense for me to do that? Now, understand where I'm coming from here. When you import, you have to buy certain volumes of fish. And so you don't just call up an importer or an exporter in Singapore and say, I want 3 of these fish. No, you order them by the bag. And so if you ask me for some fish that I've never heard of, and if I've never heard of it, that means I don't even like it. I have to order a whole bag of those fish. And the question's going to become, do I want to do that? When I look at that, am I going to be confident that the rest of that bag is going to sell too? And if the answer is no, I don't feel confident that I'm going to be able to do that, then I might have to pass on that sale. I don't want to do it that way. I'd like to be able to say, yeah, sure, no problem. And just get them and you see what happens. It might become our best seller. You never know. But it's risky. And when you are limited in the volume of tanks that you have, like we're going to be for quite some time, I have to be very, very selective over what goes into each one of those tanks because I don't want to mix them up. One tank will be for one type of fish or multiple tanks will be for the same fish, whatever. We have to be selective. Right now we're going to have like 70 tanks and that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It's not a lot at all. So, but the thing is, Yusha Daisy, if you were like, I want this fish, and I'm like, well, in order to get those, I have to order 40 of them. So you need to buy 40 of them. If you're like, all right, well then, yeah, we'll take care of that. But I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Are there fish tanks in the Hobby Lobby? No. I mean, they sell little bowls that you could make fish bowl or fish tanks out of if you wanted to be one of those people. Spent close to 302 months at Hobby Lobby for art supplies. Yeah, me too. What really sucks is I have spent more money on paints, well, just paints, than Lisa paid for that printer. I already had a lot of paints. I already had an airbrush. I already had a spray booth. I already had a lot of that stuff. But, paints go bad after some time. I had to go buy paints. And Hobby Lobby sells the Vallejo paints, which are my favorites. And so, yeah, I think I've been there 4 times since Christmas. And we've also been to Michael's, and we've also been to 2 hobby shops in Virginia Beach that sell Citadel paints. And I went there for that. And all the nerds were in there playing Dungeons and Dragons and all that kind of stuff. And I mean that in the most respectful way because I love that. And I wish I was one of those people. I wish I was like a Warhammer or Dungeons and Dragons player because I've always just been fascinated by it, even though I don't really understand how it works. But I live out in the middle of nowhere. And who would I play with? So what am I, Joe Manganiello? I can just start a game and everybody will come to my house to do it? No, it doesn't work that way. Did you paint before the 3D printer? Yes. I painted models and things like that. Not, I'm certainly not even all that good at it, but I'm getting there. I'm learning. I'm having fun with it. And I do this stuff as gifts and for me. And if the people that I make them for and give them to them as gifts, if they don't like it, well, they can just F right off. I made a Pennywise for Lisa and it's awesome. She loves it. We're fighting over custody of it right now because she doesn't have space for it in her office. And so he's still in my office and he might just stay there. I might take permanent custody of him. Now, listen, it's 9:33. I got to get out of here. But before I do, I wanted to send out a very special thank you to my friend, Gary Gwynn. This is a gentleman that sent me 2 things to our post office box. I thanked Robert Wayman last time for the Batmans. This is a crazy world that I live in. People know that I am a Superman fan. They know that I'm an old school Superman fan and new school Superman fan. And Gary Gwynn sent me, that was his name, right? I'm sorry. I'm a horrible person. This is a magnet, which is awesome. Of course, it is George Reeves. This is George Reeves, the movie actor, Christopher Reeve. There's no S on the end. Get it right, people. George Reeves, the not even original, but the original that we all know, the first Superman on TV, even though he's not the first Superman on TV, but you know what I'm saying. And he also sent it's like a 12-inch tall image, the same image, but printed out with a stand, and he cut him out. And I have him up with all my other Superman stuff on my bookshelf, and I didn't feel like pulling that down to bring it all here. But it's the same George Reeves pose, same color and all of that, but it's like that much taller. It's awesome. Thank you, Gary, for that. I actually stuck this on my 3D printer, which is cool, because so he just kind of oversees everything that I'm doing while I'm doing my printing in there. It's very cool. So thank you to Gary for that. I now, pardon me for being R-rated here, I have to go freeze my balls off because I got to go walk my dog at 9:30 at night, and it's 27 degrees. I know. There's some people that would look at that as a nice warm day. Not me. 27 degrees sucks. I hate it. It's terrible. Before I get out of here, though, I do need to thank Joe again with the five members. Thank you, Joe. Good Lord. What do we do to deserve you? Kevin Ullery. Cal wants to say hi. I lost the Oscars in my 125 gallon recently. Went today and got 5 new Tiger Oscars. Bravo to you, my friend. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. Welcome back to the world of the coolest fish out there. I sincerely hope everybody stays warm and toasty this weekend. I hope you do not get stuck with a power outage. I hope you get no snow, because snow's terrible. And if you like snow, you're a weird person. Lisa, talking to you. Snow's terrible, and I will never like snow, ever. I don't like skiing. I don't like snowball fights. I like that scene in Elf, but other than that, I'm not interested in snow. Snow sucks. Snowmen suck. Frosty the Snowman sucks. I hate everything about snow. I don't even like watching snowboarding, even though I think Shaun White is awesome. But I hope that none of us get this massive storm this weekend. I hope that we're all able to stay nice and warm, and I will see you hopefully next week. I mean, we want to stream every week again, but we'll see. Things happen. You know, it's crazy. But I'm going to go freeze my balls off. You all have a good night. Thank you so much. Thank you to the moderators. Everybody that super chatted and gifted members and all of that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next week. Goodbye.